Scorpio, very warm welcome. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. This is a reading, guys, for the last couple of weeks of July. So, Scorpio, I hope you're doing well. Those of you that are new here, welcome. And those of you returning, welcome back. So, let's have a look. What's going to be happening around you, for you, your energetic field, how you're going to be showing up in the world, what to kind of like look out for, and maybe some nice surprises, Scorpio. God knows we need them, eh? So, let's have a look. One more shuffle, guys, and we're going to go straight into this. Okay, so Scorpio, straight off the bat, the undercurrent of this reading is the Queen of Swords in reverse. All right, you might find that you will be cutting stuff out throughout the month of July, the last couple of weeks of July, cutting out anything that doesn't serve you. Okay, the Queen of Swords, she can be a little bit harsh, okay, but I don't think the energy I'm getting from this card for you, Scorpio, I think it's just in line with the direction of your life, that you're looking at it very logically, as opposed to too much emotion within things. You're just going to cut things out that don't serve your highest good. Okay, so that's great. Look at this, the center of your reading. This is beautiful. This is the sun, okay? If it's a card for love, it's a beautiful card for love, okay? It's one of the highest cards of love for tarot. The sun, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. There's a song for you. Here comes the sun, George Harrison. But the sun is the center of the reading. This is clarity. This is happiness, Scorpio, throughout the last couple of weeks of July, okay? The challenge, okay, we've got, you might be getting very clear and loads of clarity around the reasons why things have been stuck. You've been a little bit stuck at a crossroads, Scorpio, why somebody around you might have been at a crossroads, which, could be a love situation, all right? Going to go deeper with this reading. Stick around, guys. Let's have a look. Look, the reason why it's all happening, okay? We've got the Knight of Cups. This is beautiful energy, okay? This is someone you might find that they were a little bit stuck. They weren't being that romantic towards you, maybe the nice gestures and all these kind of things might have not been so prevalent or present in your relationship, Scorpio. If not, this could be a new offer of love, okay? For those of you that are single and actively dating or looking to date or looking to meet somebody, okay? There could be an offer of love here, okay? Which has made you very happy, even though the challenge is you might be in two minds about it. For what reason, we don't know just yet. I'm going to go deeper with this. All right, look, recent past, the Fool. Brilliant card here. This is you, bit of a spring in your step, Scorpio. This is you taking risks. Okay, for those of you when it's coming to work, it's about work and careers. You might have got clarity as to why the business or things were a little bit stuck, but now the creativity is key in moving forward. You might have leapt into a new role, Scorpio, where you've gone, you know what, I'm going for this, okay? Which would have been great for your sense of self, the way you view yourself with the color yellow there. There's a lot of yellow in this reading already. A focus for you, Scorpio, throughout the last couple of weeks of July. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This can be you focused on your money, that, maybe you'd like to be earning more. You might have a lot of payouts and these kind of things, and you're finding creative ways of how to, rob Peter to pay Paul and all these kind of things, all right? So your money management might be quite good, all right? Okay, there's something that you can't move on from, okay? Whatever this might be, Scorpio, again, I'm going to clarify and go deeper with this reading, but you won't see this coming, that you won't be able to quite move on from something, whatever that might mean. Your energetic field, all right, you're getting over perceived betrayals, Scorpio. When your energetic field is like this, you might feel a little bit lighter. Some of you might be healing from, lower back pain or back pain and these kind of things. And it might be, it might have affected, you might have been compensating, okay? Like these aches and pains that they've been there so long, Scorpio, that you've been compensating for it, which would cause problems around the body in other places like the knees, the ankles, because you're compensating for the back. So some of you might be healing from, bad backs, back surgery, these kind of things, all right? Outside influences, we got the Nine of Cups in reverse, okay? Um, I'm just saying somebody might have eased up on their consumption of alcohol, all right? And they're starting to be a lot happier now, okay? Maybe you don't know this about this person, Scorpio, all right? But failing that, it's an outside influence. Somebody might not be happy. Now, we don't know why, all right, just yet. Okay, sometimes you fear holding it all together, Scorpio, wearing many hats, juggling life. Sometimes it's a bit of a fear of yours, okay, that you're doing too much and that you got too many eggs in one basket, okay? It's a fear of yours that you might burn out, all right? Outcome, Page of Cups in reverse. I think you're going to be unapologetic throughout the last couple of weeks of July, okay? How this sits in this reading, Scorpio, I don't think that you are going to dim your light, the sun, in the main part of the reading. You're going to be unapologetically happy. Now, how that plays out in real life is, if you're happy and you feel guilty for your happiness when other people aren't doing that well, that's not going to be Scorpio throughout the last couple of weeks of July. You're going to be unapologetically happy. So not dimming to fit in. So you might go to social functions and be super happy, even though everybody else around you is miserable as sin, Debbie Downers. You're not going to be apologetic about it, Scorpio. So if you're going to functions where, everybody dresses down, you might dress up. I'm not saying that you're going to look a fool and you're going to overdress, but you're not going to dim your light to fit in throughout the month or the last couple of weeks of July. All right. So I'm liking that for you guys. Go Scorpio, go Scorpio. Right. Let's have a look. Let's clarify this now. Oh, you might be getting clarity as to why something wasn't coming together, might have been a bit stuck, all right? And cards do that to me. There's normally some kind of inertia. And let's have a look. So the sun, why is that here as the center of that reading? Or this reading, should I say? Right, yeah, we're done. Okay. Why is the sun here for you, Scorpio? Yeah, look, you are taking control of your happiness, all right, with the Emperor here. Okay, you might be getting clarity around someone with heavy fire in their chart, predominantly an Aries. You might be getting very clear. There might be some clarity around this person and how they fit into your life. Okay, but you're taking control of your happiness. Look, the challenge, some of you might have been trying to manifest certain things and you felt that it was stuck. The manifestations weren't coming through, okay? But the reason why you're starting to feel happier is because you're finding more creative ways of doing things, Scorpio, throughout the last couple of weeks here. And you're realizing that you were doing certain things that weren't in line with self-love, Scorpio. So you're finding creative ways now of how to love yourself more, okay? Taking control, taking the control out of other people's hands, that they're not responsible for your happiness. This is key for you throughout the last couple of weeks of July. You realize I'm in charge here. No one can change my state. It's completely up to me, Scorpio. Recent past, you might have taken a leap of faith into something because you felt sure and clear about it. You were cutting things out and ruling things out, crossing the T's and dotting the I's, Scorpio. Recent past, all right? Okay, your focus, okay, you still might be in a little bit of a cycle where you're playing a little bit of catch up with your finances, trying to, rob Peter to pay Paul, but you're managing, you're taking control of it. What you don't see coming is, despite some of you, thinking about finances that you might not have enough, you are not going to move on or move away from anything that is in line with your self-love. Okay, you are going to look after yourself with the Empress here. Okay, some of you might be with the one, a beautiful connection here. And things might have changed in that dynamic between you two. Somebody might have eased up on their alcohol consumption and they seem brighter here. and they're taking control of it. Just for some of you, it's not a personal reading. But what you don't see coming toward you is you will not be able to forget yourself, Scorpio. You're not going to dim your light. You're still going to dress well. You're still going to look the part, hold yourself with dignity, despite projections from other people. Okay? If this is making sense to you, this reading, your energetic field, okay? You've got the Two of Cups here, all right? You know, Scorpio, you look and seek out these deep, honest connections, okay? Um, some of you might have had quite a supportive partner around you, okay? You still do. It's a Two of Cups energy. So, you know, you seek out soul bonds, Scorpio. You seek out people that are authentic, that are honest, okay? And this is how you heal, by fostering those connections and leaving everything else and cutting things out that are foolish, okay? Okay, outside influences. Somebody's not happy that things didn't go in their favor. Whatever that might mean, Scorpio. I'll clarify that in a second. Okay, some of you do fear that, you know what, I'm always juggling, keeping everything together. You know, will I ever find my happy ever after? You know, will I have that emotional bliss? But it's life, right, Scorpio? You've got to look at the light and the dark. But look at this, all right? Outcome for you, some kind of pay raise for those of you, others of you where you felt that somebody wasn't really putting in the effort romantically. Stability is there, stable offer. Okay, so you know, for some of you, you might be in situations where it hasn't been the most loving, but it's been very grounded and solid. Okay, and you might start to see that in a different light throughout the last couple of weeks of July. I just want to have a look at something here. I want to clarify that. Where is that card? That deck, sorry. Why is your focus the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? This is like, you know, not feeling that you've got enough, or something you might be getting tired of nurturing situations that haven't really closed out in love, life, and work. Okay, like having still to put in the effort because money is at risk, but this is an interesting, like your focus. Some of you might have affected your money, and you want this person just to, you know, to get out of the things. Like you might be in partnerships, you know, at work and stuff like this, and you want this person just to move on. You don't want to repeat it. You want to kind of like get them out the business. Just for some of you, it's not a personal reading. Remember, guys. Yeah, you know, some of you, you got very clear about moving on and having a brand new start. It was hard to move on, but you needed to for your own sanity. Just for some of you, again, not a personal reading, guys. You know, center of the reading. Center of the reading. You might have wondered whether you were with somebody and you were very different. Would you ever be able to make it work? But now you're getting clear on that and taking control of that, or that person is. You know, and some of you are in amazing connections, I'm just saying, but it might have gone through a little bit of a rocky period. Um, some of you guys, all right, you're finding very creative ways of how to work with social media and these kind of things throughout the last couple of weeks of July. Okay, so you might be doing a lot of research and finding creative ways of how you can build businesses and improve your finances or the company that you work for. Yeah, some of you, just for some, okay, you might find it hard to move on, but you realize that the most loving thing I can do for myself is to do that. You know, somebody might have hurt you, or you might have hurt someone too much and they'd never take you back. All right, just for some of you. You know, you might come to the realization, Scorpio, just for a select few, that you know what, somebody was only in it for fun. They were never serious, but it's actually a soulmate that you're dealing with there. Okay, maybe they've just woken up to the connection. I can do better than you. I've come to know this. Somebody isn't happy that things didn't go ahead with you, Scorpio. because you've realized your self-worth now, and you could do way better than that person, and you've come to know it about yourself. All right. You might have dimmed your light, in a few situations in your life, Scorpio, where you realize, you know what, that's just not the loving thing to do for myself. Some of you fear silence, okay? As scorpionic people, you appreciate communication, honesty. And if something's wrong with somebody, you prefer them to address it, address the elephant in the room rather than silent treatment. So some of you might fear silence and might take it a little bit personally. Don't, Scorpio. That really is about the other person. Maybe they're not ready to talk, okay? But it is a fear of yours, all right? I'm protective of you. Sorry if I seem controlling. So, you might be a nurturing Scorpio, and when people go silent, you feel that you're responsible to kind of pull that person up. But we're not responsible for anybody's happiness, Scorpio. We might be responsible for how they feel at times, but their happiness is in their own hands. Just remember that, we can't go around fixing and over nurturing people because it will detract from our own cup, Scorpio, by giving too much and fluffing and nurturing other people too much, it can take away from ourselves. And then we can end up with, physiological ailments, like bad backs and things like that, because we're trying to support so many people. And when we're trying to support so many people, we feel it in our knees, our elbows, the big joints, and certainly our back, which is all about support, right? So just be careful that you don't take on too much, okay, of other people's stuff. Remember to give to yourself the last couple of weeks of July. If it is about love, Scorpio, let's have a look. If it is about love throughout the last couple of weeks, let's have a message for that for you. But watch out for, pay rises, increase in salary, job offers, these kind of things, okay? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is a love in your love life. Some of you might have been very patient. Retreat is time to disconnect from the world. Some of you might decide to go, on a little staycation or get out of town, okay, which would be very good for you the last couple of weeks of July. You deserve love, Scorpio. You are lovable. And give people a chance to love you. When you're nurturing, Scorpio, and trying to uplift everybody, you're detracting from your own self-love. And you deserve love too. So don't forget to allow people that space to love you by not nurturing and giving them your all. What's in it for you? Allow receiving. Receiving of love might be very key for you throughout the last couple of weeks of July. Okay. Now you might be uncomfortable with receiving. You might be so comfortable in giving that you've forgotten how to receive. All right. That's what I'm saying to you. If you're a song Scorpio, the lyrics might mean something, the band might mean something to you. The melody might evoke certain emotions within you that are there just to bubble to the surface for healing. Shiver and Shake by Ryan Adams. I don't know what this means, guys. Give it a listen to it. If it's not your genre, that's okay. Shiver and Shake by Ryan Adams. A positive message for you. And then I want to take one of those, actually, something that you might need to pay attention to, or something that'd be very key in you living your best life throughout the last couple of weeks. Look, back to this. Do not dim your light, Scorpio, for anybody, okay? Be fearlessly you. It's time to become fearlessly you, Scorpio. It's the most powerful the most powerful step you can take to living your best life. Don't worry about what other people think. And do you remember what I said to you? Give people a chance to love you, Scorpio, by not over pampering and nurturing them. Give it to yourself. Be fearlessly you. Do not dress down. Do not dim your light to fit in. Okay? I know you guys are highly intuitive, highly sensitive. A lot of you don't like being the center of attention. I'm not saying being flamboyant. I'm just saying do not dim your light to fit in. Okay? Throughout the last couple of weeks of July. One of these, okay, something for you to pay attention to, consider, Scorpio, might be quite important. In fact, I might take two from this deck. They're always quite poignant and they fit really well with the readings. Relationships, intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. Relationships will be key. Okay. Some of you have got a beautiful relationship about around you. That person might show signs of being a little bit happier with themselves. Money, finances, power, generosity, abundance. Ace of Pentacles is a possible outcome. So money looks good. That could be inheritance, guys. You know, the Ace of Pentacles. It can be a job offer. It could be a salary raise. All these kind of things, all right? It could be a gift of money. You might put on a coat and find $100 bill in the pocket. Do you know what I mean? That you forgot was even there. Where was I going to go now? I think that's about it, guys. Look, I think it's a great month. A great end to the month for you. I think you're going to start to find that loving feeling from your partner if you're there. Others of you, you've had to move on for your own sanity, and you realize it's the most loving thing for you to do. This person, you know, they might not be happy that you're having a bit of a glow up, or that you're loving yourself, not pampering yourself, and they're thinking, oh my God, maybe it's too little too late. Maybe I hurt Scorpio too much. They'll never take me back. You know, these kind of things. But yeah, you know, watch your back, okay? It's just the message there, you know, just be careful of your back and, you know, like the supporting joints, okay? It's normally a physiological, God, I struggle with that word. It's a physiological sign of where you're over giving, over supporting others, okay? You know, when the major joints in our bodies start to suffer, like the knees, the elbows, the back, it means you're doing too much and you're supporting and holding up too many people, Scorpio. Don't forget to give that energy to yourself, okay? Throughout the last couple of weeks of July. So my name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you guys. If you want to reach out for a personal reading, you can do so by visiting moderntarot.net directly, or browsing the YouTube Modern Tarot store and clicking on the links. And I'll do my best to give you some clarity on your personal situations. Scorpio, in the meantime, look after yourself, okay, first and foremost, because if you're drained, you don't have much to give to others. You know, reel in the over caring, give it to yourself, Scorpio. Self-love, self-love, self-love. Okay, and don't dim your light. I'll see you back here for another reading. Take care. Bye.